Well, you ready?
It's your girl Drea and Nicole. We had to do it because I had to do it. We're going to be ranting again today because I got Rozetta Rantz in the building. Rozetta Rantz is in the freaking building. So I'm like, yo, since you're in Atlanta, let's rant together because I'm usually ranting by myself. Tonight's topic, y'all, is somewhat about forgiveness. Because we're going to talk about when them exes spin the block.
Well, what if you can't remember why y'all broke up? Does that matter?
Right. Because Ashanti said that she couldn't remember the details of why they broke up, her and Nelly. This is what brought this on, Nelly and Ashanti, because that is the spin the block of the century.
If you with your girl and you can't remember anything but, damn, that sex was good. But you can't remember why you broke up.
But
How come we check back with y'all? Hey, you single?
But it took them like 10 years for this stuff.
I got to clap back on that because the ratio of women to men in the world is always more women to men. So for a man to say that he going to spin the block on a past ex because of the sex, 100%. I mean, what is your luck like? Because there's a lot of
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit out of luck. Apparently.
And see, this is where I'm coming from. I do think that at a certain age group, right?
Okay.
When a certain age group decides to spin the block is different for when a younger age group decides to spin the block.
I agree. Like in my teens, I've never spun the block.
Right.
But I might, and for my teens,
you had a whole life
I might have spun the block back.
You see, when I was younger and when I was a teenager in my 20s, they all tried to spin the block.
Nah.
They all tried to spin the block.
Right, exactly. I do feel like for a woman, though, I think men try to spin the block no matter what. Because I believe him. I agree with him, to an extent about the sex. They think about the sex and stuff.
Yeah, like that's what men are visual.
For a woman to spin that block or to accept the spin of the block.
Right.
I don't know how to phrase it. Right. I feel like for a woman to allow that to happen, I do feel like a certain age group, you start thinking well, dang, I
might not get better.
Not that I might not get better, but I might not run into anybody at this stage of my life and have that familiarity with.
Right. And I think that's what it is, familiarity.
Yeah.
I think that's why women do it, because I already know what I'm getting from this.
Especially the things that we go through as women, especially at a certain age group, we're going through all these changes.
Right.
And to have to kind of articulate that to a new person in your life that never knew you before, could care less. Maybe this person that knew you from before maybe would care a little bit or would deal with the things that you're dealing with a little bit and maybe express some of the stuff that they're going through too.
See, but men know that.
Maybe.
Men know what memory they made.
Right. And they do play on those memories. They play on those memories. And this, that, or other when they come back to spend.
Oh, you don't remember that day?
Right.
Remember that week?
Right. Right.
I'm older now. I got a job. That's it. You're spinning right there.
Oh, no.
They're trying to spin.
No, we're going to take it further. Nowadays, at a certain age group, they be like, well, you're not retired. I'm up for retirement in about 3 years.
So what
are we doing?
As a woman, you a turn on?
Yes.
100%.
Yes. Somebody up for retirement? What are we doing? How many years ago?
Where are we going?
Yeah. Hey. What am I planning for?
I'm retired.
Okay. But you can't spin a block you've never been on before. Exactly.
I'm just showing what men and women different. Like when you guys know what's spinning, you guys are 100% feelings.
Right.
I remember this with him. He could be better, but you're not thinking about
that part.
That man is thinking about
why do people think that women don't think about sex? Yes, we
not
do.
First. Not
yes,
first.
We do.
First.
Yes. Especially if it was big and good.
Around the block,
yes.
You broke up. The first thing you were thinking about is
the first thing depending on who's trying to spin the block, the first thing I'm thinking about is the size and how great it was.
All right.
And I might decide to forget for a few minutes why we broke up in the first place.
For a few minutes.
So you're just as guilty as me about spinning the block. I understood.
Yeah, I didn't say I wasn't guilty. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, let's keep it real, ladies. Okay, let's stop allowing society to act like we're so square or we're so into emotion. All women are not that emotional. We just not. Like, there are some women that are emotional that lead with their emotions, but then there are other women that know how to compartmentalize and they think about sex just as much as you. So y'all men out there thinking that you spinning the block and you getting some now and y'all having all this fun and you think she in her feelings, boo, she probably doing it to somebody else too. Okay? You ain't special. Like,
I'm more of the emotional one because I'm like, I don't care how good the sex was. If I remember what you did to make us break up, that I'm evaluating that. Could I really live through that again if it was to happen again? Because all men are going to say they changed, but until you get in it, you don't know if they changed for real.
But women can say they changed too.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't or we shouldn't always think that men can't change and then expect people to think that we can change. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in his mind, he might be talking about, oh, well, she did this to me and she did that to me, and you like, I did what? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
But the problem with that is that men don't communicate that. Men's communication sucks. Yes, you don't communicate that. So I'm constantly communicating to you, but you're not really communicating to me everything that bothered you. Yes. So I don't know what I did.
That's the truth.
I don't know what I did. I would have to do some serious self-reflecting with somebody on the outside looking in just to see what it could have been that I've done. Because men do not communicate their issue. What they do, they go find somebody else, and then it's not until they get caught that they got all these freaking issues with you. So did you really have an issue with me, or you just wanted to do what you want to do? And now, because until you got caught, you didn't have no issue.
Yes, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Like, I'm
just saying, don't come with a list now.
Yeah.
I always come with the list that I've been telling you along the way. You coming with a brand new list nobody ever heard of.
But see, and that's why, you know.
What do you do when you spin the block and you get to the sex part and the other person knows different shit?
That's right.
If it's good different,
you better know something different by this time.
Don't you get in your head?
No.
Did you get in your head wondering where he learned it?
No.
I don't care what he did without me.
He better be wondering where I learned it.
Yeah, men do. 100%.
Really?
I'm speaking. I left the girl because of that. I spun the block.
Wow. I was supposed to be celibate?
No, but it's in your head. Like, you're getting that sex. You're like, God dang it, you went through this shit before. And then you go home and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to keep this one. I wonder who she did this with. We think about shit like that.
I didn't think men thought about that.
100%.
Women don't think a woman is like, well, good, he been either watching something in his past relationship.
Right.
I don't even think women think about it twice. And we be going back to our friends like, girl, it's way better now. Like,
and not even one time think about who taught him.
Where the kid was.
See,
why?
There's definitely a difference.
Why should
me?
Oh, men are going to wonder where you learned that from.
Right. Like, why am I worried about where you got it from? I'm not going to be stupid enough, especially if you wasn't able to be monogamous. I'm going to be stupid enough that when we're not together, you're not out there getting your shit.
Mm-hmm. That's weird.
Right.
Learn something every day.
Promise.
But me, I'm on the other side. Like, you was able to compartmentalize, but I wasn't. I always gave myself openly and freely, and that's why it would hit me so hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always gave all of myself, and then God regretted it so much at the end of it. So anybody that I lost, I don't feel like I lost the one. You gonna rest in that decision.
I don't even like apologies. Apologies is so fake. Like,
girl.
Sometimes you have to, though. You've never messed up.
What?
Have you messed up?
All the time. But I don't like apologizing because what that mean? Does that mean I'm not gonna do it again? It's the expect. See, this is my issue with apologies, right? And not that I've never apologized. Let's just be very clear. People already in their comments, like, you know.
Right.
So anyway, like, yes, have I apologized to oblige your friend and make them feel better? Absolutely. Let's get past this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much. But I just internally feel like the expectation that comes with an apology. People expect, oh, but you apologize. How could you do this again? I'm human, bitch. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else to tell did I not want to do what I did? Yes, that's true. Should I have done it? I should not have done it. But I don't want to apologize because now here you are 10 days later thinking that I'm going to change overnight. Like, come on. Do you change overnight? It's just the expectation. It's ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think sometimes it just has to be said. I think an apology is saying I'm willing to try to change. Or I'm willing to try to make this work.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand. Yeah. And I totally understand with the reason why people want to apologize. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I apologize to my friends. Like, not that I'm not genuinely sorry for anything I've ever done, right?
Right.
Just so you know, right? Like,
right.
I'm not saying like disregard all the apologies I ever gave, but I'm just saying like in my mind, I'm still saying to myself like, I hope this person doesn't think that this ain't never gonna happen again, or I hope this person doesn't think I'm perfect now, or I hope this person doesn't think,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to walk around on eggshells.
Right.
Right. You know.
Right.
Purposefully.
I mean, most people that know me know that I'm not a kind of person that's going to say anything out of anger. Whatever I say is really how I feel. Now, I may say to you, maybe I could have said it differently.
Oh, I say that a lot.
She knows. Like, I was saying in a heartbeat because she had something before. Like, you know, sometimes you say stuff a certain kind of way, and I'm like, okay, I can take that. Maybe I could have said it differently. But you do know that I did mean what I said. We can talk about that part. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I'm not a kind of person that's going to get drunk and all of a sudden get courage. I got courage already. Like,
I blame my English teacher every time I start bitching somebody out. Because if she wouldn't have taught me what an adjective was, I wouldn't have had to call you a punk ass motherfucker.
Not an adjective.
I would have called you a motherfucker. You got to get it out. And whose fault is that? Because I paid attention to English. Making up words that go together nice and flow, and the person gets scared from your words.
Mm-hmm.
That's English, bro. That's adjectives.
I call it the clip. Let me say, I learned a lot of lessons from the Cosby Show.
What y'all say about Bill Cosby?
I learned a lot of lessons from the Cosby Show. To go back to what you said about, you know, it. You say how you feel. Maybe you could say it differently.
Right.
Boom. I always go back to this. The episode where they met Damnus Bricky when Vanessa got engaged.
Yes.
And then he said, "What's your favorite meal?"
Let's do it.
Damnus was like, steak. He was like, all right, you like mushrooms and onions and stuff on your steak. And he's like, yeah, that sounds good. And he was like, what you want next to your steak? He was like, some potatoes. All right, so you got the potatoes. You make them all nice and crispy on the bottom. And Damnus is like, yeah. And he's like, what kind of vegetable you want? He's like, some asparagus. He's like, all right, and you get the garlic and you get the butter and you put it all over everything. And Damnus was like, yeah. And he said, I will cook all that for you. Then I will go outside and get the garbage can lid.
And serve it to you.
Flip that lid over. Put your steak, put your potatoes, put your asparagus.
Yep.
And hand it to you. He was like, that steak don't look so good right now, right? And he was like, no. He was like, and that's how you was presented to us on a garbage can lid. You could have great things, but the presentation of it will fuck up the whole thing. It will fuck up the whole thing.
Oh, that really segues back to relationships. Somebody could really mean well, but just are not mature enough or whatever it is, or their upbringing, they just go about things the wrong way.
And now they're serving you shit on the garbage can lid.
And we got to be mindful of that, right? We got to be mindful of how we present to others. Not saying, oh, I don't care what nobody think about me. I can't stand when y'all be talking about that. But it's like, if you got to think about how you want to be perceived. And if you don't want to be perceived a certain way, you got to work on you before you be out there spinning blocks.
Right. A man approach you and be like, oh, I'm different. That got to be proven, boo. I can't go by just what you say. That got to be proven. And then they get mad because you don't believe them right away. Dude, you know how many dudes done walked up and said, I'm different, and they really wasn't? It got to be proven. You got to show me you different. You telling me ain't telling me shit. Garbage can lid.
Give us some game. There's a guy, and he has no game. What is a way he can approach a woman? He has no game.
Okay.
I'd actually, as a woman, I'd rather have a guy come to me with no game.
No,
Being honest, I'm a true, genuine person.
Genuineness is the most attractive.
Right.
So if you got a guy walk up and he got no game,
through all the BS.
That's better, right?
It's better if there is no game, because game means that you're playing games.
Exactly.
And this is what you copy and paste in with everybody else. I don't want to copy and paste.
Well, dating is a game. Get that straight. It's a game.
It's a process.
Okay.
It depends on how you look at it.
Okay, I'll go with a process. I like.
For what I'm looking for in life, dating is a process, not a game. So anybody, because after me thinking it's a game, you're not for me, and I'm gonna see right through that.
Dating, be who you are, so we could decide if this is really a good fit or not.
Right.
As long as you're trying to pick my brain to see what I want you to be, that mask is gonna fall off. You're gonna be everything I want you to be in the beginning, and it's gonna be beautiful. And then it's gonna be like a year or two later, and that mask is gonna fall off because you can't upkeep that shit. You can't keep that shit up.
There is someone for everyone if you just be yourself.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna put on airs for nobody. I am who I am. Period.
That part.
Period. And there is someone out there for me. Period.
Anyway, in other news.
Okay.
With all of that being said, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, anytime.
With our Brooklyn shirts.
Where can we follow you?
With our Brooklyn shirts.
Where can we follow you?
You can follow me, Rozetta Marie Sings, Rozetta Marie Sings, and Rozetta Rantz, Rozetta
And y'all know Drea Nicole NYC, Drea Nicole NYC on everything, on TikTok, on and follow the show. And follow the show.
And they
had to
that.
do it. Had to do it podcast. HAADTADOIT podcast. Had to do a podcast on YouTube and on Instagram, the TikTok and all that stuff.
You should have to do that in New York.
My addiction, baby, I know you.